Well, that was fun.
It was fun.
Fantastic.
Anybody know that tune?
Yeah, does anyone know that song? Hey, let us know if you do. And if you don't, no worries. We'll probably tell you at some point. But
or we
welcome. Or we won't. Maybe we won't. Man, I love how strongly people feel about the things they believe in. Looking in the chat, someone commented, awesome tone, followed by someone else commenting, too many effects.
Too many effects.
You can't please everyone, so you just have to make sure you like what you're doing.
It's true.
And you believe in what you're doing. So, we believe in the riff.
We do. Believe in the riff.
Yeah. Woo! And I'm Ayla Tesler-Mabe. Who's this guy?
I am Kent Shores.
Yes.
Yes.
And today,
Still am.
I still am. That's fantastic news. Yeah, today we are talking about time and whether or not guitar players have bad time, as the reputation goes. But yeah, we will be giving away prizes as always.
I love prizes.
You
Everybody
can't
loves
win.
a
You're
prize.
not eligible, Ken.
What?
Calm down. Yeah, and at the end of the stream, we will be giving a free annual membership to someone in the YouTube chat. And we will be giving a Guitarist survival kit to one lucky Guitareo member. And you... Wow, I love that shot. That was amazing. That was amazing, really. Yeah, so that kit has a whole bunch of awesome essential items. Some strings, we got some a polishing cloth, I believe.
Polishing cloth. Tuner. Nexus tuner. Love that tuner. Peg winder. Survival book, so you can have lots of cool stuff to practice. It's fantastic.
It truly is fantastic. Yeah, and we'll be doing a Q&A that will be exclusive for the members. But you can sign up for a free 7-day trial. And you actually could do it right now. So if you want to make sure that you are not ejected from the stream, you can sign up. And then you'll be able to view the whole thing, ask us questions, and you would be eligible to win that survival kit back there.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Gonna go to a lucky member today. Oh, somebody got in the YouTube chat got the song. The Power to Love.
Nice. Yes, that is it.
Yeah, oh, and the members chat too. Got that. Ryan B got it. Amazing. Very cool.
Good work, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we've welcomed you all to the stream, I hope you feel welcome. We are doing something that we've never done before, and it's Kent's surprise thing. I have absolutely no idea what you have planned. All I know is right before the stream, Kent was like, oh, by the way, there's something I really want to do. Like, I really want to do this segment on the stream. I can't tell you what it is. And hi, my name is Kent, and I have a mustache. He said all of that to me.
I say that every day to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you remember who I am.
It's important. You don't want to forget your friends.
That's true. Okay, this has absolutely nothing to do with the show today, but I was gonna bring up this segment. So AI has been going around a lot lately.
Sure has.
And so I've also been kind of thinking about getting a new guitar. I kind of want to get a Gretsch. Ever since playing your double anniversary Gretsch, it's been in the back of my mind. So I asked an AI to write me an email to my girlfriend to convince her to let me buy a new guitar.
Oh, this is actually fantastic.
So this is what, because we all know that, you know, sometimes even if you have a very supportive significant other, which I do, the guitars take up some space. And sometimes they might not understand fully why you would need more than 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. So I asked this AI to write me an email, because email is the best way to communicate with your significant other, actually. So, so this is the email that the AI told me to send to my girlfriend to convince her that I need to get another guitar.
All right.
AI is the artificial intelligence, like the chat GPT, all that stuff. So here we go. Hey, sweetheart, I know that you're probably not too thrilled about me wanting to buy yet another guitar, but there's a really good reason I need it. I need to learn the theme song from The Little Mermaid. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna need more than one guitar to do it justice. Just think about it. You can be my own personal mermaid, and I'll be the one playing the guitar for you. Pretty awesome, right? Plus, I promise I'll make sure to clean up all the guitar strings that always seem to make their way around the house. It's a win-win situation. So what do you say? Can I go ahead and buy this new guitar? I'm sure you won't regret it. Love, your musically inclined boyfriend. That sounds pretty good, I think.
That's spectacular. I think that'll work. I mean, as you said, it's a win-win deal. You'll clean up the strings that somehow end up around the house, and she gets to be a mermaid, and you get to play the guitar for her. Right?
Yeah.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
I think I got the gist.
Well,
of it.
I mean, obviously you need more than one guitar to play The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I would say I've always thought that, and I'm glad that we're talking about it, and we can move on. Thank you. That was actually fantastic.
So anybody at home that is needing to convince their significant other to let them purchase a new instrument or allow them to purchase a new instrument, feel free to use any of that. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
Honestly, I think you should use the whole thing.
Verbatim.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't guarantee success, but I might be fine. You never know.
Only one way to find out, guys.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
shoot 100 or miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
So
Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky, Ken Shores. You were the first who said that, if I recall correctly. All right, let's move on to our topic. I can't pick an accent to speak in today, so you're getting, I guess, South African. They say if you hear an accent that sounds like every accent you've ever heard put together, it's probably a South African accent.
Interesting.
Can you attest to that? Your dad's South African, right?
He is. I don't know. I don't know about that.
You don't agree?
Pan accent? I don't know.
Pan accent. What accents do pans have?
Yeah. Yeah, pan.
Chew on that.
All right. Time.
Anyways.
And groove.
Yeah, so if you've seen any of our past episodes of the Riff, not the first ones, but somewhere in the middle ones, you will know that we concluded that we pretty much always agree on everything, and that doesn't make for the most interesting discussion. So we are going to take two opposing sides of this question to defend. And we're going to bully and antagonize the other into submission, and you let us know who won this battle of words.
Well, okay.
You know, I just start a sentence, and I'm always shocked at where my mind leads me.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is astounding. Okay, so the discussion is going to be around whether or not guitar players have a good sense of time. I'm taking the side of the discussion that guitar players notoriously have bad time, and it's true. And you're taking the opposing side.
That we have decent time.
Yeah, I'm going to say, generally, guitar players have weaker time than most other instrumentalists. And I think a lot of people who go into playing guitar do so looking up to lead guitar players. Now, of course, there are exceptions, and there are people who are like, right off the bat, I want to play like Nile Rodgers. I want to play like Corey Wong. I want to be like a rhythm guitar player. But a lot of people are like, I want to play like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I want to play like Joe Satriani or whoever, you know, like lead guitar. And I think in general, because of that, you might not be hit with the fact that timing is something you need to work on as soon as you are hit with the reality that there are other parts of your guitar playing you need to work on. Because, like, especially when you're starting, there are, like, a whole grocery list of things that you need to improve upon. And if you're going into playing an instrument with the intention of being a lead guitar player, I think it's possible that that is going to be nearer to the bottom of your list, especially if you don't play with a band. But even if you do, if you're in a band with a great rhythm section and a great rhythm guitar player as well, so you're not the only guitar player, I think it could be easier for you to get away with, you know, not really being totally in the pocket, because it'll almost, the groove will keep going, even if you are kind of outside of it. And yes, there's an extent to which probably people would be able to hear that you're not in time, but I don't think it'll be as noticeable. Whereas if you're a bass player and you can't really play in time particularly well, you almost immediately will be like, if I don't improve that, I mean, that's like the biggest boundary to me sounding good. So that'll be nearer to the top of the list for what you need to work on. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like the time is relative, as they say. So I feel that even if one has good time, it might not interpret into good time with a group setting. I feel like good guitarists who have good time maybe aren't the best with the metronome, but they can sit in with the band. It's not necessarily a one-to-one all the time. So I think even if you do play lead guitar, playing out of time is kind of like the secret everybody misses. So I think that
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I think you can play something very simply in time and in the pocket, and it'll sound amazing. And I think somebody told me there's no bad time, just bad drummers. So
hey, it sounds like you're not taking any accountability and instead saying it's the drummer's fault. And you know what?
Yeah.
I agree.
I've played in enough bands to know you always blame the drummer.
Oh, absolutely. For everything. Yeah.
But yeah, I think, because I mean, even with certain bands, I mean, you know, listen to early Blink-182, their time is like all over the place. It's great.
It's great.
It's great. It's awesome. It's what the music needs.
Yeah.
And so like, some styles of music like funk, you need to be like a very like within a certain grid. But other styles of music, you can be a little more loosey-goosey with the time. So, and I think guitar players are great at being loosey-goosey with the time, which means in the grand scheme of that style of music, they have good time because they're doing the correct thing of moving around a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I took a very weird stance on this one.
You know what? That's awesome. And I think one thing you said that was very interesting. I think you sort of alluded to the fact that there's a difference between being in time and being in the groove / being in the pocket. I think those are two very different things, because you can be rhythmically totally precise, but it doesn't feel right for the groove of the music. So to give an example, I think I've spoken about this at some point on this channel, but Rick Beato did this really cool video where he was breaking down Sucker by Nick Jonas, which, if you don't know, is, it's a pop song. They, I think, were really trying to go for like a old school 70s funk vibe with it. And there's a drum break in it. And then he compared that drum break to Funky Drummer by James Brown, which I imagine it was to an extent inspired by. But he's like, why does one of these just feel way funkier than the other? Just you feel the rhythm more in your body. It makes you want to dance. And the Funky Drummer one doesn't even line up to a click. He's like constantly, I forget who drums on that song, but constantly sort of moving between 1 to 3 BPM. But he's so in the pocket. And then compare that with Sucker by Nick Jonas. It's so perfectly in the grid, quantized, like it's rhythmically perfect, but it doesn't have the same funk to it, It's missing the pocket. And to give an example, I don't know, it's kind of abstract, but like the difference between and like that second example, I intentionally am a little like loosey-goosey with my rhythmic stuff, but to me it just feels a little more funky, a little more, I don't know, just there's a little more swagger to it. Yeah.
You did move, so.
I did. I mean, that's part of it, yeah. It's hard to be in the pocket without moving. But, yeah, I'd say guitar players, there's a culture where it's like technical precision over feel, potentially.
Depending on the genre, I think.
Yeah, to greater or lesser extents, for sure. But I mean, as a whole, I feel like I see that in most genres. And maybe it's not exclusive to guitar players, but for the sake of this argument, I'm gonna say it is exclusive to guitar players.
Only guitar players deal with this problem.
Only guitar players. All other instrumentalists, they're just better. That's not true at all. I'm kidding. I think inherently everyone has an equal potential to develop their time feel. It's just that, again, going back to the first thing I said, on guitar, it's less likely that you're going to realize that's what's holding you back from being the best player you can be. As opposed to, like, if you're a drummer, and even if you can do all the technical stuff, if you can't play in time, that'll stand out so much. But I feel like you can get away with having bad time feel as a guitar player for longer.
Sure. Yeah, I think I've heard like the how obvious an error is. I think with especially like drums and bass, if there's a mistake made, is very clear.
Yeah.
With guitar, we have an ability to like fudge it up a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, that's my side of the argument. We heard yours. Anything else you want to add to it? I don't know.
No.
All right. Well, on that note, get it? Music notes. Let us. Oh.
I forgot. I remember I wanted to mention we do have a rhythm and groove course inside of Guitareo, taught by Ayla's mentor, Sam Yowie.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh my God. He was so influential to me because he really, for the first time, helped me find a language to describe music that had pocket and music that didn't. Because it's one of those things that you intrinsically might pick up on, but he really called my attention to it because he has like unbelievable groove. He considers himself a rhythmic player and a groove player first and foremost. And me coming from a background of like wanting to be a lead guitar player, he kind of helped me see that none of that mattered if it wasn't in the pocket. And now that's kind of the only thing I care about.
That lead guitar doesn't matter at all.
Thank you. Yes, Kent. That's exactly
that's what I took from
I
that.
was going to
I missed the mark there.
try to say. No, you didn't miss the mark, Kent. That was perfect. That was exactly what I meant. My eyes roll up into my head. Yeah, okay, so let's put this to the test. because you apparently have an app
I do.
that allows you to post pictures with captions, and it's called Instagram. I'm kidding. You were describing this app to me that actually sounds quite cool.
Yes.
You know what? You describe it. I'm gonna stop talking.
It was developed by a guitar player, really great guitar player named Avi Bortnick, and it's called Time Guru. No affiliation with us or anything. Like, it's just a really cool
fans.
app. Just fan of the app. It's really neat. We're gonna pull it up at some point, maybe. Oh yeah, right. Sorry, screen share. Screen share didn't work.
No.
Sorry, 2 seconds, everybody.
Dun, dun, dun.
But basically, the cool thing about this app is it like kind of it'll drop the metronome randomly, and then it'll be all good to go. I don't remember how to do this.
Perfect. Yeah. So I guess the idea would be, can you stay in time even when there's nothing to like guide you?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because it's possible to lock into a groove even when there's silence. And I find it very cool when I'm sometimes with musician friends of mine who also are like huge groove fans. Well, like sometimes I just snapped really quietly for no reason. I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, it's like sometimes we'll be like jamming and sometimes there's like this big silence. And then you're with a group of people, and yet somehow everyone's coming back in at the same time because everyone's locked into this groove.
Yeah, and it really can test your internal time.
Yeah.
And see how well you sit. So we're gonna do a little challenge between Ayla and I and see how good our internal time is using this metronome app. So now that our lovely studio team has helped me reconnect my iPad, we'll be able to pull it up pretty soon. There it is. Okay, so this is just the app on my iPad. But yeah, essentially, I won't go over too much of the features. But essentially, you can it randomly mutes. So if I...
You got any games on your phone?
So it just like randomly stops. The metronome's still going, but... Oh, a lot of cool stuff going on there.
That's crazy.
It's pretty wild. So Ayla and I are gonna play Funk in E, because that's the theme of Guitareo, I think. And we're gonna see if we can play with this metronome and see if we stay with it or fall off the map. I don't know, because we have to put it to the test.
Yeah. Are we gonna go back and forth or play at the same time?
I think let's go back and forth.
Okay.
Maybe later we'll play at the same time and see what happens.
See what ensues.
It is at 120 beats per minute. Are you okay with that tempo?
I can't play at that tempo.
Oof. How
I
about
can't play
119?
Yes.
Okay, great.
That's my cap.
119 beats per minute, and it's just going to randomly, I don't know, and then E funk thing.
E funk.
Here we go.
Am I starting? Because you don't seem to be in playing position.
I can play. Oh. That's hard to find.
That's cool.
Whoa, that's hard. Oh my gosh, that's so tough. 3. It's because I'm getting thrown off by this.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little off at some point. It took me a second to get into it, but I think it might be worth noting that when you can't feel the time, my first thing is like stop, drop, and roll. Of like stop playing the guitar, drop the beats, listen, and then roll with it.
Wow. All right.
I came
Nice.
up with that right on the spot. I did
Fantastic.
okay on that. But you're gonna. But I like to start really feeling the groove. It was a little tough with this because it was coming in and out quite a bit. But once I try to lock in with my brain, and then I can worry about the guitar.
And something cool I want to share that's related but unrelated, but quite very much related. That's not a good sentence I just said. Whatever. I'm very lucky that I've worked with Tomu Fujita.
Oh, he's so good.
Over the years. Yeah, if you don't know, he's this fantastic professor at Berklee. Really wonderful funk player.
Taught John Mayall, right?
Yeah, he did. And I remember him saying he can tell how good someone's groove is just by watching them play with the sound off, if it's a video, let's say, Because the best players, they feel the groove in their body, and then it comes out in some sort of movement.
Yeah.
And so it's very cool to watch, the best groove musicians of all time.
Totally.
And none of them are sitting still. At least get your head moving. Yeah.
Totally.
Like Joe Dart from Wolfpack.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like at some point his neck's going to...
Probably has to go to a chiropractor after every
show.
Yeah.
Oof. All right. Now it's my turn to put it to the test. I hope I crash and burn, baby.
Yep.
Why did I snap there?
Sorry. I'll stay out of the way. Yeah, pretty crazy.
That's funny. It dropped over like a whole bar.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild app. It's a fun one to do. Somebody said, where did it? It's like having a distracted cowbell player in the background.
I'm not gonna lie, that's my kind of app. That's so fun because one of my favorite things to do. Like if I'm being honest, I've never really ever practiced with a metronome in my life, other than keeping it playing. And so you have this pulse, and it's like, can you make the feel of the metronome swing based off what you're playing? And then also, can you flip it so that then you add a bar, or not add a bar, you add a beat somewhere, or drop a beat somewhere so that the metronome ends up on the off beat, and like little games like that. And this is like an awesome addition to those little timing games.
It's pretty sweet. I found this out many years ago. I'm a big fan of Abby and his playing. He played in John Scofield's band for a little bit. Great funk guitar player. He's awesome. It can act as a normal metronome. It doesn't have to always be this like random off and on thing, but it's a really fun kind of feature.
I don't want to hear a regular metronome ever again.
Right. Yeah.
I want to be in the studio recording, and the click in my head is like accenting like the most arbitrary
right.
parts.
I always put it on the 2 of the triplet. That's where I like my click.
That's good.
Yeah.
Should we try playing to it together?
Sure. And somebody asked, the app's called Time Guru. I don't know if it's available. I have it on iOS. I don't know if it's available on the Android. There we go. That's
Did you say Flappy Bird? Did you say Angry Birds? Did you say Cut the Rope Light? Those are some great apps.
Don't watch that. That's wrong.
Dang! That was tough.
That was hard.
Definitely tough for when we were both playing together.
I know. It's crazy.
That's funny.
There was like the communal time and then the metronome time.
And I think that says a lot about this really interesting phenomenon where musicians in a room together can really lock into a groove. And it's so hard. I don't know if you've ever tried to play along to like a live recording of another band, but it's so tough to do that because they're just all locking into something that you can't possibly be if you weren't in that room. It's so interesting. I don't know if it's the subtleties of like people's body language as they're playing or some crazy vibe. There are lots of things we don't understand about the universe. Who knows what kind of like
what is time
energy
even?
connection exists between humans. But yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting that it was hard for us to take what we were doing, locking it together, and lock that into the metronome.
Totally.
But if the metronome were a human in the room, I bet we could all lock in.
And we all would have sped up together.
Because that's inevitable. Humans want to go fast.
I forgot
And
to
that's
mention my
how
biggest tip
race
on
car driving came to exist. Sorry, continue.
history lesson today. I was going to say my biggest tip for playing in time is wear a watch.
Enough.
Forgot about that.
Enough. I hate puns.
Yeah.
Says the person who makes like 40 puns a second. True numbers. True numbers. Okay.
So how does everybody feel about guitar players' time out there?
Yeah, share your thoughts in the comments.
And you know what? Does anybody work on their time that's watching actively, or do you just play along to songs, or like how do you work on it?
I like to do backflips.
Sorry?
I like to do backflips. That's how I work on my time. It's a little abstract, but you know, I got my methods.
Interesting. Well, if it works, I guess.
I don't know if it is working. Anyways.
Working with a metronome. Oh yeah, somebody watches can generate noise on your pickups. They absolutely can. I remember playing a gig and you're like, it was just like the whole time it was like tick, tick, tick. And I was like, what is that? And our guitar player's like he was left-handed but played a right-handed guitar. He had this watch on his right hand, and I'd buy the pickups, and the pickups were picking it up.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was wild.
Oh, you said like you. For a second, I thought you meant the guitar player, you. And I was like,
you.
Was I at this gig? I don't know. It was news to me. I just like completely forgot a whole segment of my life. But you remember. You can help fill me in.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Very cool.
Should we move on?
There's something I was going to say, but I forgot. Let me think. You were talking about timing. You made a cheeky pun about wearing a watch to stay in time. And then you concluded this by talking about how the watch picked up your
I saw somebody,
friends.
while you were remembering, I saw somebody on YouTube talk about every time they put on the metronome, they get angry. And I think that's a very common feeling we all get when we throw on that metronome for especially the early time. Actually, still, even you're just like, this is so hard. But I think it can be a really important thing. I mean, if you're playing along to songs, you're kind of working on it anyway. Like you're working on sitting in the pocket. But yeah, I think playing with the metronome, like if you're doing like technical exercises or scales, I think throwing on a metronome is a really great like additional way to like start working on your time at the same time as other stuff.
Yeah. And I remember what I was going to say. If you're working with the metronome, sorry, I thought you said something. Don't just work on being precise with time, but try to figure out pocket and see if you can play with time feel with the metronome. Where, could you like just give me like a snapping or clapping rhythm for a second? I don't know what I'm trying to do exactly, but I want to see if I can figure it out. Okay, it's one thing to try and lock in, that's great, but can you play with different time feels? Not just precise, but see if you can play around with being like a little behind the beat, a little in front of the beat. Can you make the metronome feel like it's swinging, you know? Music isn't about precision, it's about feeling. But the precision and the technique helps you communicate feeling. But the precision and the technique is not the end goal. unless you want it to be. Obviously, you can choose. But for me, it's not. I think technique and all of that, those are just tools to help me express emotion and have feel in what I'm expressing on the instrument. So don't stop at 100. Dial it back to 90%. And then those human imperfections will come through, but also the humanity in your music will come through. And I'm not saying like make mistakes, but I think being a little too technical at the expense of emotion, sad. But again, that's just my opinion. I'm sure there are tons of people out there who would totally disagree.
It's really funny. I figured you would go this way with what you were going to say, but I totally expected you to go like, don't work on being precise. Work on being very precise. I don't know why I thought that was going to happen at the beginning of that. But
well, guess what, Kent? You was wrong.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
You were. Okay. Anyways, let us talk about the riff of the week. Riff of the week. Actually, we should demonstrate. No, riff of the week first. Yeah. Sorry. I'm messing around with our audio engineer and be like, what? This. Yeah. He's giving me a smile. That means I'm doing my job. We're gonna do the riff of the week first. Thanks, Chris. So we're going to show a really cool riff, and then we're gonna show a funny feature on the site after the riff. So the riff of the week is gonna come up. Boom. Oh wait! Don't forget we're doing a giveaway after all of that.
Yes.
And so stick around if you want to win big.
Absolutely. So this
win nothing at all.
Yeah.
I need to stop interrupting.
Those are the only two options available. Anyway, the riff of the week is, maybe we'll leave it up. Maybe we'll leave this as the trivia for the end. We always have a hard time picking trivia questions.
Oh.
So whereas this is an unnamed riff, well, not unnamed riff. There's a name to this one.
And the idea is, can you come up with the name?
Can you come up with the name? But maybe we'll save it to the end. Although I'm sure people will comment and be like, I know that one. Okay, so this riff, really love this band. I'm probably gonna give it away at some point when teaching this. So this riff is from a real dapper man who plays guitar. It starts on the fourth string. I really love it, including the open strings with the other like higher notes. It's a really cool technique a lot of guitar players, like this guy, like to do. Even just the first like 3 notes are pretty neat. I really think that's cool.
I'm gonna try to learn it from you because I don't actually know how to play this mystery riff.
Yeah. Yeah, I really love that. And then he goes back to the open string, which I think is, even that alone is really cool. Yeah, I think that's on its own super cool.
It's all right. I'm kidding, it is cool.
It's pretty cool. I mean, the song made them decent money. I'm sure it's okay.
Stop giving away clues.
Yeah.
We know it was written by a dapper man and they made money. That's basically giving the whole thing away. That could only be one band.
Yeah, and then after that, and then it goes to 12 to 11. I really love that. Even that that is mostly the riff. It ends a little differently, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We kind of have like a little lilt to it, and you have to have pretty solid time to play this because it's all even eighth notes, but your feel and your accents are shifting in this a little bit. Only a drummer would think of something like this.
Ah. Mm-hmm. Stop giving away hints.
Yeah. That's the first part, and then it basically repeats again, but it's in like a whole new rhythmic feel. Instead of starting on beat 1, it starts like in between the beats, right?
Ooh. Oops.
Yeah, and there's a little. Yeah, it's okay. What's an open string between friends? Yeah, and then it goes to the 5th string and then does 12 to 10. And Ayla and I are both adding a fair amount of vibrato to everything, whether out of habits that won't go away or.
Nope, they shan't.
But yeah, this is the riff in total. So we got. Yeah, I love it. It's just all in this little box with that open string added. It's a really neat way to kind of like beef it up. It's very like. It's not quite pentatonic, but pentatonic E with one extra little note in there. Yeah, that
major
note.
third.
Yeah, so major scale D note. Yeah, exactly. And it's got this really nice like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, exactly. Sort of.
I interrupted you again.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, Oh, I'm messing it up now. I can't.
It's hard to say that kind of stuff and play at the same time.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And that's how I think about it. And I don't know. I love working on riffs like this that are kind of that. Hemiola is the fancy musical word to describe what was happening.
Honestly, that sounds like a health condition.
You've got hemiola, call your doctor. The shifting of the beats is a constant eighth notes. There's no, you're not going like da 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 da. You're not doing that. So it's just all like even and consistent. But the way the notes move give a certain feeling to it. So it's not like or very like straight.
That's giving me polka vibes because the emphasis on and you're saying the accents are on.
Yeah, and the accents kind of move things around. It's a really really neat riff to learn. And, yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
It's like in theory a simple concept, but it sounds so cool, right? Like because this man came up with it's just a few notes, but it sounds really awesome because he's using rhythmic tricks that a drummer might use to make it a lot more interesting. So it's really cool. So I love that riff. If you know it, hang on to your answers for the end. I like that Peter Frampton came up as one of them.
I love riffs that just play with timing like that. Like another one I'm thinking of, where is it? Song by Soda Stereo. If you don't know, they're a great rock band from Argentina. Mm-hmm. Oh, En el Séptimo Día. That song, so cool. Check it out if you like that kind of thing, because it's like so crazy, like turning the groove on its head over and over again. Sort of similar to how this song does that. So, lots of great songs do that, and it's, as you said, sometimes just about taking a simple motif and getting all crazy with.
Yeah, totally.
Timing.
Can we bring the tab back up? There was a great question in the members chat I want to address. Somebody said, how do I know what fingers to use? That's an awesome question when you're trying to learn this stuff. So when I was in music school, the best advice I got was to look at the range of everything and then try to pick the position that you're, like, these three fingers essentially are going to take the main bits in. So if I look at this tab, if I've never seen it before, the 0 I would probably ignore because that's just an open string. I have to worry about that. But I look at everything else. So I basically just have a 10, an 11, and a 12, right? So those are the three frets I need to worry about outside of the open strings. And so what I would do is, like, in my mind, naturally, I would go, okay, my pointer finger should take 10, middle finger should take 11, ring should take 12 as default. I can change it if I need to, but that gives me my baseline to work with. And I do that with every tab. So if I haven't seen the video of the guitar player playing it, or I'm sight reading something, that's the approach I take. I kind of look at the big picture and I go, what is my range I need to cover? And then I can figure out where my pointer finger needs to go, and then my pinky needs to go on the top end. So on a riff like this, I just default to that. And if I need to make some changes, I can. I don't need to in this one. So you'll see my ring's always on the 12, 11's always my middle finger, and my pointer's always on the 10. And that's how I think about determining what fingers to use, because I know that can be a really challenging question sometimes, and you're like, well, I don't know how to. Anyway, so that's my baseline and make tweaks as you need to. Some songs don't always work like that, but it's a good way to get started.
Yeah, yeah, it's great advice. Well, it's time for the giveaways.
Oh no, we got one more thing to do.
Oh, you're right. I wrote up the show run and everything. I'm the one who came up with the order of things.
It's okay. So speaking of this, I'm just mirroring my screen again once I get the. So at Musora, at all the brands, but Guitareo, we released a brand new feature on the site on January 1st.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, Kent, don't kill me. Can you roll the volume on your guitar down? Sorry, I feel terrible. I'm sorry. Proceed.
Am I mirroring? Oh, I'm good. Okay, great. So I have a new area on the site, a songs section that includes transcriptions, which is very exciting. So we have tons here that you can check out. I want to show it off because all Guitareo members, Guitareo Plus members, can get access to this. So you just click on songs from the main homepage, and boom, you're here. So let's say you wanted to learn Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps. That's really so hot right now, that song. And you can open up the tabs and you'll have the real song to play along with. I won't play it because we're live on YouTube. I won't play the real tune, but I'll pull up the what the feature kind of looks like. And you have the real tune to play along with, and you can, there's a cursor that'll go along. You can have tabs, regular notation. You can take, I can add in the regular notes. If I don't want those, I can take those away. If I want to have stems so I can see the rhythm, I can add that, take it away. Chords, if I just want to have the names, I don't care about the chord charts, super cool. Or if I don't want them at all, get rid of it. There's 2 guitar parts in this that are both notated. I want to get rid of one of them, one button away, and it's gone. And I can just focus on everything I need to focus on. Too small, you can make it bigger. You can loop sections, you can slow things down. There's a little button percentage on the bottom that I can slow down the song. So you can play along with the real tunes and really get good. We were talking about getting your time better. There is no better way to play in time than play with the real song. And there's a cursor that moves along. So if you're unsure about how the tune goes, it's very easy to get lost if it's a song you don't know. You've got a cursor that moves along and tells you exactly where you are in the tune. It's an unbelievable feature, and it's brand new. So definitely sign up and check it out. If you're on YouTube, sign up with the trial, guitareo.com/trial. And if you're on the member side, after the stream, go check out that song section. Pick some songs. There's tons in there.
That was a wonderful description. Yeah, and this month we'll have 1,000 songs on there, right?
We'll have 1,000 songs in January. We're up, but
that's wild.
yeah, 1,000.
That's a lot of songs.
So yeah, if you are into songs and playing the guitar, check out our songs section.
Casting a wide net.
Cool. Great. Now we can move on to our
giveaways. Yes, let's start with a giveaway for the YouTube crowd. Do we want to give them the song trivia question?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Starting now?
Starting now. What was the name of the tab that was on the screen? Not I was showing in the song section, but the one we were playing before.
Riff,
that one.
Nope. Clearly I didn't learn it. That one.
That riff. What is the name of that song?
The song name.
The song
Someone
name.
did comment an artist. Close.
Sweet Child of Mine. I love that. Oh. The artist was named, but we want the song name. You know what? I think slow, it doesn't quite sound like, you know what I mean?
Oh.
There we go. G Funky Boxing.
Oh, I love that name.
That's a great name. G Funky Boxing, congratulations.
Yeah.
You have won It Was Times Like These by Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
I knew you were going to do that.
I can't help it.
So congrats to G Funky Boxing. You can email
team at Guitareo.com.
TEAM@Guitareo.com. Shoot us an email. We'll get you set up with the membership. Congratulations.
I got it this time. Sorry, I was distracted thinking about how I'm addicted to Christopher Walken and how he talks. It's incredible. He is an astounding human. Anyways.
Yeah.
Let us do a giveaway.
Yes, for our members side. And for our members, yes, we were watching the YouTube chat, not the members chat.
Sorry, guys.
For that giveaway. But now we'll be paying attention to our members chat for the giveaway of our
Guitarist survival kit.
Survival kit. No, yeah, sorry.
I love that shot. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, that's great. Ooh, I love that. But now we have to think about trivia question.
Trivia question.
We always struggle with this.
Yeah, this is the hardest part of the show.
We always get the first question immediately. We come up with a great first question, and the second question we're like,
what is this obscure jazz artist that played part of the jam that we did at the beginning?
Don't say it. Stop that. Stop.
Why don't we... what about... what is the name of the app that I showed earlier?
Ooh.
Time Guru, Granny Kiwi. Nailed it. Amazing. Congrats to Granny Kiwi. Shoot Ayla an email. Ayla.
Ayla at guitareo.com.
Amazing.
AYLA at guitareo.com.
AYLASH at Guitareo. No.
What? Wait, A-lash.
Yeah, Granny, if you're confused, it's AYLA at Guitareo.com. We should only throw out one email at a time.
You know what? I think we should throw out as many emails as we want, and it's your duty to guess the right one. So there's a final there.
Only one of them gets you the prize.
And all other ones get you kicked out of Guitareo. That's not true.
That's not
imagine,
true, no.
imagine. That'd be a little unnecessary, but very exciting.
Yeah.
Just like the Hunger Games.
Wow.
Anyone else down with the Hunger Games?
All right.
That was super big when I was in like middle school.
Mm.
Anyways, we are going to do a Q&A for the members.
Yes.
Like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you're not a member and you want to be there, you can sign up for a trial right now.
Right now, this very second.
Be there.
Guitareo.com/trial. Head on over.
But if not, we're about to evict you, and I'm sorry.
Evict you.
I'm sorry. We love you, but we have to. In this economy?
Wow. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you got something out of today. Talking about time. Do guitarists have bad time? I don't know if we resolved that debate, to be honest. But
it just depends on the player, of course.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And if you're on YouTube, come hang out on the member side. If you're a member, hang tight. We're coming right back, and we're going to be taking some questions. And next week, we will be back at the same time. Same place, same bat channel, at 2 p.m. And our topic for next week, I am totally blanking on.
Me too. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have to open so many web pages to find
Okay. Next week, we're going to have stuff. It'll be on YouTube. And we'll see you same time, same place. Come hang out with us. It's
I'm
a good
embarrassed.
Time. It's all good. I forgot too. So, okay. So next week, we'll be chatting. We'll see you guys next time. Members, hang around. Don't go anywhere. See you in a couple seconds.